Okay, time to give some praise to Dak Prescott, who, once he became the highest paid player in NFL history on the first Sunday of the season, became an even greater focal point for scrutiny, derision, and everything that goes along with making $60 million a year. And you pay me $60 million a year, you can say whatever the hell you want. I don't care. I got $60 million a year.
Yep.
But
crap on me all day.
He had a great night last night. Couple of interceptions, 42 passes thrown, 29 completed, 352 yards, couple of touchdowns, and the game winner. Drive down the field, hostile environment, long day, game winner, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, and that's the kind of thing that makes people say, okay, maybe he is a franchise quarterback. So many people want to say he's not. Franchise quarterbacks do this. They get you down the field, and they put you in position to win, and they throw the game-winning touchdown pass on 4th and goal. That's what they do.
That's right. I mean, there's definitely a difference in quarterbacking in the game. Let's just say that. Let's be real here. Dak Prescott is damn good. You can win a championship with Dak Prescott. I don't have any doubt about that. He is clutch in these moments. He's the kind of guy you want to lead your football team. That might have been the best play of the day right there, because Landon Roberts came in flying, knocks the ball out, and he does a great job recovering it there. But I think it's his stubbornness, and I say that he's not affected by prior mistakes. He's not affected by people on TV getting on him, the contract stuff. I mean, he is just a driven individual who has a lot of talent and, of course, can really throw that football. And he was the difference in that
That's
game.
what a real cowboy is, though.
I hear you. You're
right. Real cowboy just takes care of business, doesn't care what's going on, doesn't get flustered, doesn't get rattled, just keeps doing what needs to be done.
And let's be honest, too, about this. When you talk about the Dallas Cowboys right now, I don't think we're going to see the Cowboys reinvent the wheel on offense this year. But who are we really talking about when we talk about the Cowboys on offense? 2 guys? I mean, who?
Dak and CD.
Exactly. I mean, so why does everybody think it's going to be pretty and they're just going to light up the world every week? This is not like they got an NFL All-Star team. They're going to be like this most weeks, and it's going to be Dak jamming in tight throws and, who can make the one big play? Can CD break it? Right? But that's what they are. They are Dak and CD on offense. And then hopefully we can run the ball a little bit and our defense can make a play. And then Dak can be clutch and we can win the game. And that's kind of how they're trying to get it done right now in Dallas.
Come on, the guy who caught the game-winning touchdown pass. Look,
hopefully
87 yards last night on 7 catches. Somebody's got to be the number 2 to CD Lamb. Rodney Harrison made this point 10 days ago, the morning after the win over the Giants. You can't be a functioning offense if your number 2 receiver, Brandon Cooks, has 1 catch for 16 yards. Now, ultimately, I don't know when he got the knee injury, but he has not been injured or not. He has not been a factor.
Right.
It can't just be CD Lamb and whoever just happens to be there.
Yes.
You need somebody. And that's why I think they should be talking about Devontae Adams. And, of course, we can't afford it. We can't. That's just it's so easy. It's easy to say we can't afford it. We can't afford it. If you really wanted to do it, you would do it. If you're deciding not to do it, that's your prerogative. But don't throw around the we can't afford it. If you wanted to do it, you could do it. Say we don't want to do it. Don't say we can't afford it.
Yeah, well, they're a team that I think we look at them and we go, they got holes in the future. And they do have still some money situations. I know they can afford it.
They can go all in.
I know, but I don't think they're. If I'm them, I would say no, don't. This is not the time to go all in.
Right, but still, they said they were going all in.
9 games for Devontae, and then what you're gonna have to trade to get him. Dallas is not swimming in it right now to be able to just go, hey, big asset here, big asset there, no big deal.
But if you're all in, you're all. That's what all in. That's what an all-in team does. There's a fine line between being all in and being desperate.
Yes.
And the Raiders are waiting for somebody desperate.
Yes,
and there isn't anybody desperate yet, although the Jets may be feeling desperate after yesterday. But still, they need something.
They need something. Your point is real. That somebody else on the offense has to show up. That is real. And whether they can get the run game and Dowdle to get going, and maybe he can be that function. But the encouraging thing is Tolbert, like you talked about. If he can be a guy opposite of CeeDee Lamb that can win one-on-one matchups, catch some tough balls over the middle, Ferguson's a pretty good tight end, we know that, then they got something working. But, yeah, last night, little silver lining certainly in that aspect, but I think we got to see it more than one night before we're sold on this is the new formula that'll work for the Cowboys.
Here is Steelers. I almost said Steelers. Cowboys. I got twisted because Mike McCarthy is a Pittsburgh guy. If you never listen to Mike McCarthy talk, if you listen to him talk once, you know he's a Pittsburgh guy. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy back in Pittsburgh. Here he is talking about Dak Prescott's effort down the stretch.
Composure is a huge strength of his. He's the same man every day. Way he works and the way he competes. Yeah, he doesn't blink. He's not he doesn't dwell on mistakes. So yeah, he never blinked one time during that game. So there was never a doubt that we weren't going to go down and score. We were just trying to really manage things against that defensive front. And I thought our guys up front and Rico and Zeke, I thought they did a great job running the ball in the second half.
Yeah, and look, Zeke's not who Zeke used to be.
No, definitely
This
not.
gets us back to the whole we can't afford Derrick Henry conversation. But Dowdle had 87 yards on 20 carries.
Yeah.
Zeke is just the number 2 now.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he is. I mean, it's a name. He was awesome. He's a legend. Now he's just going to be a guy that comes in and I think gives Dowdle a breather every now and then. He's at that point of his career. So, yeah, but they need that other element of the offense and whatever that's going to be because they can't always just put all the burden on Dak Prescott week after week. Dak Prescott is amazing. I mean, the fact that how he handles the turnovers, listen, I don't know if we have the clips of the turnovers or not, but the turnovers were bad, right? I mean, they were bad. The fumble wasn't necessarily all that great. He saw the guy coming at him. Protect the football. Don't let, I believe it was Nate Herbig, hit you like that. I know it was a big hit. I get that. The interception to CeeDee Lamb in the end zone.
Oh, that
was really bad. Okay, I can understand the one in the fourth quarter because he's throwing the post route over the top and he's trying to make a big play. But here you go. I mean, nobody open, moving. He sees the pockets collapsing. Again, I know it's football. It's not a perfect game, but curl up, protect the football, live to play another day. This is pitiful at the end of the half. I don't know what was going on there. I would think in all due honesty, CeeDee Lamb's supposed to come back there. You got the blocked field goal. Again, this is just showing you, too, how much the Cowboys really controlled the football game, and there were some mistakes made that allowed Pittsburgh to kind of hang around.
That's typical Pittsburgh
It is,
football,
though.
though,
They
but
do
that's
it a
not
lot.
the kind of football they want to play this year.
No,
That's
no,
2023.
I hear you.
Hang around,
Right.
and you're going to get a break, and you're going to find a way to win the game, and the stats don't matter. And
But
that's
you can't
not what they
win
were trying
big
to
games
right.
and go to the AFC Championship playing that kind of football.
I feel like they're trying to break from that
Yeah,
this year. Your
right.
big complaint last year, and historically about the Steelers has been they get to the playoffs and they don't belong there.
Yeah.
And then it's not a good playoff game.
Right.
Now, they gave the Bills more than anyone thought they would last year, but still, this is supposed to be the year that they have their act together and that they earn a playoff spot and can compete when they get there. The team we saw last night was 2023
it looks the
Steelers
same kind of stuff. Exactly.
that didn't win.
Right.
At least in 23, they'd win a game like that.
Yeah. No. I mean, they're a team, you talk about a receiver or something, they're another team. When you talk about the Steelers.
Well, they're in on Devontae.
Yeah.
Now, I don't.
We'll
I
see
think
how in are they.
It'll be just like Brandon Ayuk.
Right.
We'll pay what we're going to pay. We'll give up what we're going to give up, and if that's fine with you, it's fine with us. Otherwise, we're not interested. They're never going to be desperate.
Yeah,
They're never going to mortgage the future for anyone. And so, yeah, if we can literally, no pun intended, steal him, then we'll do it.
Yeah, well, that'll be interesting because they're the same conversation as the Cowboys. It can't just be George Pickens and like, hey, we just hope the quarterback can make magic happen. That's not fair to them either. So we'll see where that goes. But our point there is more than less that, yeah, the Steelers can't rely on other teams making dumb mistakes like that. Good football teams, right, other good quarterbacks, they're not going to do what Dak Prescott did last night. He had a bad moment there and a little bit of a bad moment because he does have to carry the load so much on the offensive side of the ball.
And he's dealing with T.J. Watt. I mean, again, the Steelers defense imposes its will.
That can do some stuff. There's no doubt about that. But I do give the Cowboys a lot of credit. I really do. They are tough. People are always on them. They answer the bell. Here's a week where you're going, wait, it's the injuries. Pittsburgh's going to be pissed off. And that's where I do give Mike McCarthy credit. His teams never back down from a physical battle, right? I think it's still fair to ask how good Dallas is. They beat the Browns. Whoop-de effing do. They beat the Giants. Whoop-de effing do.
That's your team,
right?
They're 2-3. How dare you?
Well, I'm not throwing a parade for beating them yet, okay? And then they beat the Steelers, which now I will say whoop-de effing do from what we've seen from them the last few weeks.
We're going to find out next week,
right?
Lions.
Oh,
Lions
so now
Cowboys.
we'll get a good feel. We will. Because the Ravens certainly had moments of dominating.
You know what's after that? You know what's after that?
Who's that?
At the 49ers.
Oh, so we're going to find out.
You know what's after that?
Litmus test is coming.
At a Cousins.
Oh, man. We got it all going on. So we'll really know. But, yeah, I think it is fair to ask how good the Cowboys are still at this point. I'm certainly not sold that they're one of the best teams in the NFC, but certainly looking like they're going to be a pain in the butt in the NFC and not back down from anybody in football right now.
2 games still to come against the Eagles, 2 games still to come against the Commanders.
Yep.
And that rivalry, an afterthought in recent years now.
They got the Bucks. They got the Houston Texans on the schedule. Yeah. They got plenty.
They got some tough games coming up. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.